What's up guys, welcome back to another one. Today we're going to look at one easy trick to up any night photo you've ever taken. Let's do it. So I'm actually a lover of all sorts of music, and that's why today's music suggestion is actually a gospel album. It's Kanye West's Sunday Service Choir. It's absolutely unreal. It's called Jesus Is Born, and I definitely think you should go check it out. Even if you're not into church sort of things, it's a wicked album, just epic gospel choir. Let's get into it. So today we're going to be looking at one quick and easy tip that I do every single time I take a night shot. So let's jump into Lightroom and have a look at some examples. Alright, so here we are in Lightroom. I've got a few simple photos here with some basic edits over the top, and what we're going to do, we're going to make our photos pop just a little bit extra. And the way I like to do that is really make those lights give off a nice sort of flare, a nice sort of vibe to them that wouldn't have been captured at the time you took them. The way we're going to do that is by using our brush tool. So let's start off with this photo here of Ken. Let's have a look at how it looks now, and what we're going to do is go up to our brush tool, hit new, and what I'm going to come down to is just increase the exposure to about plus 30, give or take, depending on your scenario and how the lights are. Bump up the highlights a little bit, pull down the clarity, and pull down the dehaze. Now, I've got auto mask selected, and that means if I'm selecting white, it's going to try and avoid any other color and just choose the white color. This is kind of okay. You don't necessarily need it on, but it's very helpful if you have a tricky sort of photo that you're trying to edit. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to brush over this section and see how that light becomes a lot more vibrant, and it starts to give a bit of like a plume in a way. A bloom? I think it's called a bloom, not a plume. It just gives a nice little bloom, a nice little mist sort of effect to the light, and gives a real sort of, I hate to say it, but kind of like cinematic kind of look to it. I think it looks really cool. I really enjoy it, and I like to do this over any sort of night shot I have. If we hit O on our keyboard, we can see where we've actually put this brush over. So I'm going to apply a little bit more over here. Let's hit O again. And that's looking pretty good. Now we might want to dial this back a little bit. You know, I don't mind that. I'd be pretty happy with that. So let's move along to the next one. Alright, this one here, I'm not going to change any settings on our brush tool. I'm just going to go ahead and start brushing. I'm going to brush this whole area. And you know what? That does need to be cranked a bit. And down here. Not a massive fan of that, but we'll move along. Alright, for this one here, what I'm going to do is actually probably bring that exposure up a fair bit more. I might pull the contrast down on this one and increase this, pull that and the dehaze down as well. Now if we start, I'm going to turn the auto mask off for this. As we drag along here, there we go, we start to see a bit more life coming out of this image. Now, don't judge it just yet, because we are going to tweak the settings at the end of this one. Let's probably speed this one up. This one might take a little bit of time. Alright, so I'm just going to pull down that exposure a little bit, and I'm going to pull down those highlights. Dehaze a little bit there, and the contrast, I might pull that back a little bit. Alright, if we hit OK on that, so if we get rid of that mask, we can see what it's actually done there. It's actually brought a bit of life to that image, and it's just made our colors pop a bit more. I kind of like it. It's just giving that image a little bit more life. Now, I really like this photo. It's just very simple. Mark standing under this sort of walkway. We're going to do the same thing with our brush tool selected, same sort of parameters, and we're going to probably zoom in on this one, I reckon. And just on these bars here, let's pull across there. Let's turn that off so we can see how it's affecting this image. And the whole way through. I'm even going to go on this rail just because it kind of looks like a bit of a light source. Over here as well. Up here as well. Just give that a nice big one. I'm actually going to go over his shoes as well. I think that'll make it kind of help that logo pop a bit better. And let's play with our sliders till we get this one nice and right. I'm a massive fan of that. I'm just going to change the crop down the bottom here so we get rid of that little metal section down there. I'm a big fan of that. I really think that's helped improve the image let's go have a look at another one. Oh, this one, oh, this really works. I do really like this one. The edit's kind of there. What we're going to do, bang back on that brush. And, oh, baby, look at that. I love the way that looks. Now, I don't think you just need to pull the lights back. You can also go the opposite way. So we've pulled that back there. These sort of mason jars in the front here look kind of cool. So I might go a new brush here. I'm actually going to bring the clarity up and see what that does to these bottles here. I like that. This one here in particular, and that old school radio. I'm going to bring the exposure up a little bit, but I'm also going to drop the highlights of that and pull the contrast forward a bit. I'm pretty happy with that. That's actually a really simple one and a really subtle one, but I do think it does improve the image. We got two more to go. This one is super simple. Once again, we're going to just pull that up ever so slightly, pull the clarity down and the dehaze down as well. And this one here, I'm just going to go over these edges, and I already like that a lot more. Now, if you don't think it's making much of a difference, have a look at this. If we stamp this light here, bang, bang. I think that looks really, really cool. Even though it's such a small detail and that part of the image doesn't particularly look great, when you come out, that extra little plume around it looks really, really cool. Last image here. I really love this image. It's just, the colors are all whack and I don't know why, I just really like it. This is the Festival Centre downtown here in Adelaide. I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm actually going to apply it the whole way over this on sort of a downplayed level, and then I'll apply some more individual ones. I really like the way that just accentuates the color and the lights there. So now let's go a new one and let's pull that clarity down, that dehaze down a bit, and I might go up a little bit more on the exposure, and then let's jump in and really get the portions of this that we want. Don't forget, if you've got a reflection, what you do on the top, you want to do in the water as well. Maximum continuity. Now I'm pretty happy with that. I'm just going to tone down the levels a little bit, and there we go. So there you have it, guys. That's one simple way to improve your night images. Just one different step. And if you like some of those presets, let me know. I might chuck a few up for free if you guys are into it. So I got plenty that I've made over the time. So yeah, you might be able to enjoy some of those too. Anyway, thanks for sticking around, guys. Give it a big fat thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe, comment, all that sort of stuff. My name's Jed Dobre. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!